Hey YouTube, and welcome to another video. Today we are going to be doing a video on some 2v2s for a couple different reasons. One of the reasons though, I'm going to get to right away, which is I have a big tournament coming up. I haven't mentioned this on the YouTube yet, but we're going to do Ranked Royale again. If you guys remember, we did Ranked Royale for 1v1, which was at the start of the Rocket League ranked season. You qualified through the tournament just by playing ranked and getting as high as possible. The players who finished high got to make it without even trying to qualify, and then the next tier of players got in, but they just had to play through one additional qualifier. So we're going to do it the same way, but this time with 2v2 since Rocket League Season 11 just got announced. So people are grinding. Whether they're going to be grinding or not, 2v2 I think players grind a lot more anyways, whereas 1v1 I initially wanted to do it to try and see if I could get people to grind more, and I think it worked, but I don't know if I'm going to do it every single season, and I wanted to try and dabble in 2v2s. So we are watching 2v2s. And Drally actually was able to get rank 1 in the world shortly after the season started. We're only a couple days in, so it's not that hard to do. But Drally is a good many points ahead of second place. And how he did it was actually crazy. I'm sure you guys saw the title and thumbnail. But he played a couple games with Toxic on insane ping. Now, I'm going to show you guys the ping now. 176 ping. But that is reasonable. It only gets worse as the two games go on. This is the best the ping will ever look. We'll check back in a couple minutes. It gets upwards of 200 in this game, and then I believe it's over 200 in the 300s for the entirety of the second game that we're going to watch. Now, you might be wondering, why is it not jumping around like crazy if it's a terrible ping? Well, Toxic was the one who gave me the replays. So Toxic, who experienced the replay on regular ping, is going to get all the data from everyone's positions normally. Now, I'm sure if we could see Drally's full-on perspective, which actually does get saved into the replay, at least partially, we would see even crazier movements going on because he is playing with ridiculous ping, and people seem to continue to try and make points about how you can play in almost any ping. First, it was the Middle East players. Then it was the Brazilian SAM players. Now I guess it's the Moroccan players. It's Drally. I don't know why he has such terrible ping to this EU server. He should get decent ping, but his internet was having troubles, and so we get to watch a couple 300 ping games. Now, they've been able to handle Drally's increased ping pretty well so far. Now, why they queued again with his terrible ping, I don't know. I'm imagining the queue session must have stopped at some point because I don't think they intended to queue 200 ping every single time. So I'm sure Drally's relaying to Toxic, hey, my ping is horrible this game. And then maybe they thought they fixed it for the second one and just decided that they had gotten lucky and they were going to end their run there. But either way, Rise is eventually going to score. Drally unable to react to the flick. He is now at the 200 ping we talked about earlier with 2 minutes left to go. Everybody else in the lobby rocking regular amount of ping. Also, I don't know if this replay got bugged there for a second. We had really close camera settings. You'll see a lot of players playing on incredibly high ping play super aggressive, but usually that'll be players who are used to playing on high ping, who have conditioned themselves to be ready for it, whereas sometimes you won't see the adjustment as quickly. Drally, though, on air dribbles, when he has the ball by himself, probably has no trouble. That is when the game is most responsive on high ping. But as I was saying, you know, Drally's not a guy who's always playing on 200 ping, so we might not see him play to that play style. He might not realize that that's the way he's going to have to play if he played on this consistently. Going for a bump, that has to be the hardest thing to do because the way the game works is it's guessing where the ball position is going to go, and the same physics work on anybody's client. So it's fairly easy to guess, but it's hard to know where a car is going to turn, and you have to get that kind of update from the server. So what the car is doing and chasing it down for a bump is going to be a lot harder than what is the ball going to do, because the ball will shift around. I'm sure you guys notice this yourselves. Shift around every time it makes contact with another car, but as soon as you know which way it's going, your game no longer needs a ton of corrections. Your local game does a pretty good job of guessing where it probably went, and the server update just confirms, yep, the ball did continue on that arc untouched like you thought it would. So 30 seconds left to go. Drally and Toxic able to tie it up here as Drally taps off the back wall, and now I'm sure they're counting their lucky stars because Drally at 208 ping, but with 21 seconds left to go, They may not lose this early season MMR if they can figure something out. Drowley is going to control the ball off the kickoff and flick top left. So 2-1 with 14 seconds left to go. Drowley has already talked to me. He's actually one of the first people to talk to me about playing in the Ranked Royale. He says he would be interested if he does end up in the correct ranked range. The final day will be the 18th when we will do a check to see who finished in the top 6 or so, or I think it's ultimately 10 if you're including the people who qualify. But Drowley says he's going to be playing with Oli. He'll be playing with Oli if he does make it. I'm letting any player choose their teammate. But let's go check out the second game of even worse ping with Drowley. Game number 2 of incredibly high ping is starting at 344 ping for Drowley. Drowley and Toxic queuing back up, this time against Scrubkilla and Galeo. We'll see just how well Drowley is going to be playing on this ping. I'm interested to see who you guys might be excited about seeing in terms of in the Ranked Royale 2v2. It seems very likely we'll see Drowley unless he were to fall off here a little bit in the next few days. But what are the duos? I'm expecting, hopefully we get teams like TRK Nupo. They seem to be playing a little bit of Ranked 1s. Maybe we'll get to see Zen and Alpha 54. Maybe Rawas Kaliers, Beast Mode and Daniel, LJ and Chronic. These are all 2s teams that I hope to see, and I probably listed one of the ones that you thought of too. Maybe Monkey Moon and Rise. Maybe another 2s team that you might be interested in seeing. I think it'd be cool to hear what you guys have to say, but I also think we might end up getting brand new players. That's kind of the fun of doing Ranked Royale, is that as long as these players are grinding rank, just about anybody could make it. And unlike 1s, where 1s didn't really reset the ladder very much, 2s is going to be doing a big reset. A lot of people are going to start from the same exact position, and it's really going to show who can pull out early in the season, as we're giving them about 11 to 12 days from the season start to the cutoff will be. So hopefully in that amount of time, the best players have risen to the top. We'll give ourselves a nice tournament. Maybe, if they're lucky, they won't have to play on 300 ping. Drowley right now has been loving his air dribbles, and he actually just set up Toxic. First goal for Toxic. The assist is going to come at 340, pinging up to 380 ping. Has not seemed to bother him at all. Kickoff, he lost pretty big, but kickoffs are actually one of the weird scenarios where as long as you just turn off your brain and input what you always do, it does seem like you can do okay on kickoffs. At least some of the high ping players. Now, I don't know about 340 ping though, because nobody's playing on 340 ping. But Drowley has that read as he sends it off the backboard, and Toxic actually has the counter. So it is 2-0 for the high ping squad. And can we get to 400 ping? I'm going to keep checking in to see, because obviously this is ridiculous for Drowley. And if you were Scrub and Galeo, you probably want to be just tackling the ball at all times. Anytime Drowley has control, just making sure he doesn't have any sort of space. Force that ping to be used at all times. Drowley not feeling comfortable challenging here, but actually an impressive save, considering he has to react to the air dribble. He does move a bit too far upfield. Who knew what he saw on that challenge, but what it was Scrub beating out Toxic for their first goal. Drowley with the back pass, able to get the 100 boost. Toxic sends the length of the field. A back pass to give a bit of space. Drowley probably needed to wait a second to see that Scrub actually did not connect on his setup. Little missed wave dash. You wonder how much of your own solo movement is affected by ping, but maybe just a little bit right there. Drowley dashing his way back, just turning blind, gets the demo. Still rocking 344. Probably could afford to have Toxic carry him a little bit, but we haven't really seen them switch to a Drowley, camp and net, and Toxic try and handle everything type style. Drowley has been very involved. I think that actually is probably the better idea with a high ping player, when you try and just play reactionary defense. They'll just end up getting toasted. Look at the double 50 win on 350 ping. Now can he get this read? He can! I can't believe whoever that was missed. It is a goal for Drally. 7 shots for him in this game. A minute left to go. And Drally can do the impossible. He can make it so that you can never make an excuse ever again. Next time you have a little bit of high ping, just think of this Drally game, where instead of making excuses, he just kept flying at the ball. Drally moves way too far upfield. Scrub ships the ball past him. Toxic to the back wall. I imagine we're not going to see too many passing plays, but there is a world in which Toxic could try and pass to Drally. Now he waits until he sees the clear take into his half, and now a clean air dribble. Air dribbles without defenders around actually stand a chance. That bumps almost never do, but hey, it doesn't matter. As long as he covers the space that the defender wants to be in, he doesn't have to connect. He can just create an opportunity for Toxic. What a dribble. 20 seconds. I think he's going to do it. I think Drally is going to make it so you can never, ever make an excuse about ping again. Just remember Drally. Oh, Toxic. Nice save. To make me not be wrong about this all. I was half expecting Drally to just go up and somehow team pinch. Well, getting updated 300 milliseconds later than what's actually happening in truth. Scrub is going to tap in a third, but it will be a win. I wonder if they stop queuing. 352 ping is what Drally ended with. Sure, Toxic with 1,200 score. He did do a decent amount of carrying, and I'm not sure you're going to find a game where the person with 352 ping does fully carry, but 3 assists. Every goal that Toxic scored was assisted by Drally, so he was certainly involved. A couple massive ping wins. Does this set a record? Is this the highest, ping anybody's had in a win? I wonder what that is. I'm sure Drally is competing here, but there's probably been someone who's just let the other person 1v2 and had 1,990 ping or whatever. But anyways, Ranked Royale 2v2, it's happening. Drally might be a guy who's in it because he is rank 1 in the world, and he did so with 400 ping.